I do a pretty decent amount of travel. Last year I took 39 flights and somewhere around 50 trains, and the right travel tech can make all the difference. But I'm not just talking about ANC headphones. I've tested tons of products and refined my list over and over again, and I usually travel with just a backpack. So every product on this list had to really fight for its life to earn its space in my bag. So in this video, I want to share with you 19 travel essentials that, in my opinion, help to make travel stress-free, logistically easy, and also keep you healthy and comfortable using things like this little white dongle or the video sponsored Thera Body Theragun Mini. But starting off with the very first product here out of these 19, of course, let's just start off with the backpack I use. So this is the PackSafe Metro Safe. Without getting too into it, the essence is it is supposed to make it a little safer when you're traveling from pickpocketing and things like that. So the zippers lock on the top, it's slash resistant on the front, there's reinforced straps that have an actual cable in them so no one can just cut it and run away with your bag, and a clip on the bottom so you can wrap this around a bench if you're sitting in the airport, so again, nobody can grab your bag and run. And in addition, there's an RFID protecting pouch for your passport, and the whole thing easily fits in pretty much every airline as a personal item. But getting into the actual tech of this video, this right here is the AirFly Bluetooth transmitter. You can plug this into any 3.5mm port. So for example, on the back of an airplane seat, the little TV right there, you can plug this in and then connect any Bluetooth headphones or earbuds to this directly. That way you can use good quality ANC headphones or earbuds on a plane while also using Bluetooth very easily. But speaking of headphones, number 3 on this list, my favorite travel headphones are the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultras. These have superior ANC of all the headphones I tested when it comes to blocking jet noises. They're also essentially the lightest headphones I've used with the most comfortable foam that allows them to really be worn for hours and hours on end with basically no discomfort. They have multi-point connectivity so they can connect to your phone and your laptop simultaneously. But if you don't want larger headphones like this, maybe Bluetooth earbuds are going to be better as being a more compact option. And there are a lot of great ones out there. Some don't even need the AirFly and actually connect directly to anything using the case. For example, JBL has some, or the Soundcore Liberty 4 Pros. You just plug the case into something using a little dongle, and then the earbuds connect to the case, essentially doing the same thing that the AirFly does. But what I usually travel with if I'm going to use earbuds are the Sony WF-1000X Mark Vs, being, in my opinion, the best or most versatile earbuds that have great ANC, great sound, great features, and ultimately are a perfect option for traveling. Number 4 is this awesome little MagSafe Peak Design tripod that goes on the back of an iPhone or any Android that has a magnetic case, and it works not only as a phone stand when you're flying to watch movies or something, but you can also fold it down, turn it into a tripod, so if you're trying to take a photo of yourself somewhere and no one's around to take it, or maybe you and your spouse want a photo together and again, no one's around, you could just set this up instead of balancing your phone and trying to set a timer. Number 5, I think smartwatches are absolutely a game changer when traveling, and I prefer the Garmin Epix Pro Gen 2. This thing can track jet lag, this can plan workouts to help you stay active, which again helps you feel more adjusted and less likely to get sick. The battery life on this lasts around 15 days, and it's also great for emergency navigation with its offline maps on here. In addition, you have a little built-in LED flashlight in case, I don't know, you drop something under your seat on the airplane, and it guides you with the body battery on it to help you plan your day. Like I said, if you have jet lag or if you're doing a lot when you're traveling, I find it helps me to stay adjusted, figure out when I can push myself, when I should do a workout to get back on track, and ultimately just to help me stay organized when I'm traveling. But speaking of working out, that brings us to the sponsor of today's video, which is Thera Body. The Theragun Mini, 3rd generation right here, is actually one that I travel with all the time. I love this little product, and even if this was not sponsored, this would definitely be in this video. So this is portable, it fits right in your bag, has a very long-lasting battery despite its size, lasting 180 minutes, and it has USB Type-C charging on the side. So this is great for like relieving aches after a long flight or after sleeping in maybe an uncomfortable bed. It also helps to reduce travel stress, just any knots you have in your shoulders. It increases circulation, and it helps you recover from maybe some strenuous workouts you might be doing if you're running or working out at a hotel gym while traveling abroad. It's also, interestingly, Bluetooth enabled, so there's an app that guides you through programs, so it could be one for different types of workouts or activities, and they control the device speed and the pressure that you should be using on different parts of your body. It gives you a timer, and it really, like I've used it, it helps a ton. If you want to work without the app, there are also 3 speeds. You can see LEDs on the side, and there are 3 heads that easily snap off. So there's a really nice plush one. There's a really aggressive thumb one for some really tough to get knots, or one that's in the middle that I use probably most of the time. And most importantly, unlike so many others out there, this has a travel lock. So if you accidentally hit the button when it's in your bag, it will not turn on. So that way you don't have something vibrating in your bag and having everyone around you wondering, what is vibrating in Mike's bag? And it connects to my Garmin and recommends personalized recovery routines based on the workouts recorded by my watch. So of course I'll have links to all products down below, but at the very top of the description, as well as in the pinned comment, you'll find a link to this. So head on over, check it out, learn more about this. Moving on to number 7, this is a very peculiar product. I'm not really married to this one in particular. I think there will be other better ones out there, but at least right now I've been using this a lot and I really do like it enough to recommend it in this video. This is the Infinor P3 Pro. In essence, it's supposed to be a charging block that also acts as a battery bank, but it does a lot more than just that. So we have 2 USB Type-C ports. You can charge a phone, you can charge a laptop, higher speed items. Also USB Type-A port, so if you have like a watch charger that isn't USB Type-C, you can charge it there. And we have Qi wireless charging on the top, just in case your USB cable breaks or something, you have to charge your phone wirelessly on the top. Or you can charge 4 items at once using that wireless charger as the 4th. This also acts as a 10,500 milliamp hour battery. A little button on the top and a display on the side shows you the battery level and how many watts are coming in or out of this. But the really cool thing about this is you don't need to have an international adapter. Instead, you can have these different plugs that it comes with and allows it to work in, I believe, 193 different countries. So if I'm in the EU, instead of using the US plug, I just fold that up, slide this on top, and now it works in the EU. Same thing if you're in Australia, in the UK, pretty much anywhere in the world, you should have a plug that works there without needing those extra adapters. Like I said, this is a little bit chunky. So that part I don't love about it. There are also some quirks with it, but it's TSA compliant, and at least for right now, it's what I am traveling with. Number 8, speaking of charging, you need to have a good USB Type-C cable. As a tech reviewer, I have a ton of USB-C cables, but there are 2 that I always come back to. One is from Ugreen. It is a long braided USB Type-C cable. This works for charging laptops, higher speeds like that. And it's also very durable being braided. Or typically I bring 2 cables just in case one breaks. I bring this. This is a very powerful, and again, I'll have links down below to all of these. This is probably the most powerful USB-C cable I have for the fastest charging, the fastest data transfer. If I have to plug in like a hard drive to a laptop, this thing can really do it all. It can handle pretty much everything as far as USB-C goes. Sometimes I'll also bring a USB-A to C cable just in case a rental car, for example, doesn't have Type-C in there. Sometimes it's beneficial to have a Type-A cable. Now, we're about halfway through this list. The next ones I think are really, really beneficial, and many of them are very affordable as well. Starting off with number 9, this is an AirTag for tracking your luggage. So some people may not know this, but an AirTag for about $29 allows you to track your luggage. Whenever your luggage is close enough to somebody with an iPhone, the location will be updated. So for example, anyone who's loading the bags in onto the plane probably has an iPhone in their pocket, and therefore it's going to be tracking your bag till it gets on the plane. You'll see it's on the plane. When you're in the air, it probably won't be tracking it, but you know it's on the plane with you. When you land, you'll see when someone's unloading the bag where it is, and ultimately this is going to help you to hopefully not lose your luggage ever again. The next 3, 10, 11, and 12 are all apps. These are really big game changers in my opinion. Starting off with number 10, this is the Airalo app, which allows you to get an eSIM, which gives you data when you're traveling abroad. So instead of using your carrier, say Verizon, and typically that's like $10 per day in another country, if you're going for 7 days, that's $70 just to use your phone. If you use the Airalo app, that could be $6 or $7, and you'll just disable your normal SIM. You'll have data with Airalo. You don't have to, put a physical SIM in or anything like that. It's just on the app. You can top it up, and it works pretty much all over the world. I've used it in Asia, Europe, Canada, Mexico. I've used it in tons of places. super, super cheap data and really user-friendly and easy to use. Number 11 is the Splitwise app. This is a really cool free app that allows you to essentially connect with all your friends and make one little like trip together. And then in that trip, anytime somebody buys something, they can add the expense in there. They can split it evenly. They can split it based on like, hey, maybe I bought this pizza and the 3 of us out of 5 ate it. So just charge these 3 people. Then at the end of your trip, you just say settle up, it'll connect to Venmo, and you can just send anyone money or request money instead of having a ton of transactions throughout the trip. Number 12, unfortunately, I think this is an iPhone-only app. This is called Flighty. I use this absolutely all the time. One, because it's really cool and it shows you all of your upcoming trips and all of your past trips, regardless of the airline. And 2, because a lot of times this will actually have updates before the airport gives you updates. So you can see incoming flights. This will tell you, hey, your flight's probably going to be delayed because the inbound flight that is the plane you're going to get on later is not on time, and it can really help you to plan for things like that. Then, of course, number 13, the Ray-Ban Meta sunglasses. These really do a lot. So they look like regular sunglasses, which is awesome, but they have cameras on either side so you can take photos or videos. Surprisingly high quality videos as well. I expected very little from these when they first came out, but I actually use them all the time. If you're doing something really cool, you're out sailing, and maybe your hands are not free, you can just always use the sunglasses to take a quick video. It's a lot more candid and cool in different environments. So even some places that maybe you're not, like they don't want a lot of photography, maybe it's like some street performances or something, you could always just use your sunglasses and get a quick video. I do recommend obviously giving them a tip if you're gonna take a video of street performers. You can also have music playing from these, so if you're walking around, just casual music playing while hearing your surroundings. And they do have some AI in them. I don't really use the AI pretty much ever, but that is available if you want them. So if you want multi-purpose sunglasses when traveling, it's kind of also like an action camera in a way as well. I think that those sunglasses make a lot of sense. Number 14, for international travel when the water is maybe not as safe to drink. So if you're in the US and you're going down to Mexico or something like that, I recommend bringing a Lark bottle. I mean, you should still probably buy bottled water when you're down there, but the Lark is a really good safe backup just so you can refill this. And the lid has a UV light on there. So if you press it once, it'll just kind of do a quick little clean. That's what you do when you're like domestic. If you just want to keep your bottle fresh for, weeks and weeks, if you just don't wash your bottle, it'll make sure nothing grows in there. Still wash your bottle, please. But if you're traveling abroad, you press it twice, it'll do a 3-minute deep clean, and that's going to sterilize your bottle and ideally kill all the bacteria in there and make your water safe to drink. So I went to the Dominican Republic with my family for a wedding, I think a year and a half ago. I brought this water bottle, and pretty much everyone on the entire trip got sick, except for me and my wife, because we both had Lark bottles. Number 15, this is a cheap little easy one that I think everybody should get on Amazon. This is a luggage scale. So rather than like you get on the scale and you hold your bag and then you try to do the math and figure out how much your luggage weighs, and then when you get to your destination, you buy a souvenir and like all of a sudden you're in the airport trying to rebalance your luggage because you didn't know what it weighed. I think that is a rookie mistake that's really easy to fix with this. A very packable little thing. You just hang your bag from here, it tells you how much it weighs, and that way you can always be confident going to the airport like, hey, my bag is 49.5 pounds. I don't have to worry about checking it and paying an extra fee. Number 16, when I travel, I definitely bring a laptop just because using my phone isn't always the best way to do a lot of planning and researching and multitasking or even just watching media on the plane. So I typically bring the Dell XPS 13. It is a very tiny laptop with an incredible battery life as long as you get the Snapdragon one. Mine has the Snapdragon X Elite on the inside, so very fast, snappy laptop. The battery life is, I don't know, like 20 something hours. It lasts a really long time. Number 17, this is kind of an optional one. If you stay in hotels a lot, you could either bring a Fire TV stick or an HDMI cable. Either one's gonna run you like, I don't know, maybe $30, $40, something like that. And the benefit is that you can actually use your hotel TV. You could cast from your laptop. You could just, set up Netflix on there. Having that, I think, is a huge win if you plan to spend any time, like traveling on business, for example. Having a TV that actually plays what you want it to makes a big difference. Number 18, this one is not so much tech, but still really makes travel so much better, so much easier. This is having a good travel credit card that gives you lounge access, TSA pre-check. Like those two things alone automatically make flying essentially stress-free. A lot of them also give you like travel insurance, rental car insurance for free. They'll give you like $10 or $30 a month for Uber credits, and ultimately no international fees. So again, this is not financial advice, but if you do a lot of travel, Those are game changers. There's one from Chase, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and the American Express Platinum are two definitely expensive cards, but if you do a lot of travel, you could very easily get your money back on those, and they could be a huge win when traveling. Now, number 19, this is a really fun one. I know many places don't allow drones, but if you want to bring a drone and you want a very small one, the DJI Neo is the best option in my opinion. This is a tiny little pocket-sized drone, and yet it's still very capable and versatile. There's many different ways to fly it. You can use your phone as a controller. You can buy an actual controller and bring that. Or a third way to fly it is just autonomously based on the little button on the top. You can have it fly around you, you can have it follow you, and it takes off from your hand. You can record on there. And then when you want to land it, you just hold your hand out. It's kind of adorable. It just flies over, it lands on your hand. So those are my travel tech essentials. Please leave a comment with anything that you travel with that I didn't mention in this video. And if you want to learn more about anything in this video, check out the links in the description down below. Some of them are affiliate links, some of them are not. So the affiliate ones help to support the channel at no cost to you. The other ones, I mean, there's links. I want you guys to check this stuff out and hopefully have better travel yourself. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.